This is Shelton's Empire. I am a tarot reader, and I just wanted to, before I start the next reading, quickly say that I went on a spiritual journey for a very long time. I am at the ass end of it, hopefully. Some may get through mentally, and some do not, and one thing I was just realizing after doing my sister's poem for her, because she's going through the same thing I went through, and it's really, really difficult to watch because there's nothing you can do. I mean, you can try, but on that spiritual journey, I don't know if the Lord does it or what, but you don't see anything. You are forced. If you do not face that pain, your dark night of the soul, you have everything ripped away from you. I mean, literally everything. You might as well just take all your clothes off, stand there naked for however long it takes you to face yourself in that mirror, alone. And I'm not talking the outer. I'm talking the inner too. You not just the outer. You stare at yourself all day long in the mirror, watch yourself cry, but do you really seriously watch yourself cry? Do you go within, or do you step outside your body and see yourself? Do you really see what's in? Do you look at other people around you and see what they're mirroring back to you? Fuck, no you don't. You're too busy wallowing in your own pity. You're too busy saying why, poor me, being in the problem, never in the solution. What I've learned is they do, the Lord, the source, the whoever does it to show you that all these earthly things that our soul comes here and we get trapped because we can only see what's right here in front of our face. A phone, a human, my face in the mirror. Pretty soon, like one of my friends said, that person in the mirror who's putting on that makeup is gonna try to out pretty the person in the mirror putting the makeup on. And then what are you gonna do? How are you gonna possibly outdo yourself? I thought that was crazy. So once that happens, and you're trying to outdo yourself in the mirror, you will be chased down by the Lord himself, and you will literally probably feel like you are on the brink of death. A broken heart is a real thing people die from, and I almost died from one 3 or 4 times the last couple of years. The very first one was so difficult. Boy, was it so difficult. The day before my birthday, I laid down on this very floor, I believe it was, or the one I was in before, that bedroom, and just succumbed to death. The pain of my heart, of all the years of just continuous pain after pain after pain after pain. Even if you didn't even mean to cause the pain was finding you, to break you, to take your faith. Like the book of Job, when the devil says, I scoured the whole entire world, there's not one soul left that believes in you, God. And he says, I got one. Job. I give you permission to do whatever you want, but you cannot, I think it was take his life. Do you take anything else you want from him? I put that poor man through hell. He was a king. He was basically mad about it. The king was a kingdom. He had, thousands of this and thousands of that and tons of money and prospering and tons of children and a wife, and everything was so glorious, and he believed in God. And the devil came along and just slowly took his wife, his kids, his ox, his this, his that, and he never once damned God. He never gave up on him. He asked him, why me? Why was I born? Why, the poor me's, and then the last thing I do believe that the devil did to him was give him, made him lay naked. I think it was naked, and sores all over his body, and he laid there like dying. I mean, that's gotta be painful after all that death and nothing left. I mean, literally nothing. He didn't have no thing. I'm pretty sure he was clothesless and nothing. I mean, literally nothing. Not even friends. Friends were like, I don't want to be around you no more. Left him. Dying. Pain. Sores. Whatever, And he still never had his faith, basically the saying of, you can take whatever you want from me materialistically and physically, but you'll never take my faith. And that's what Job continued to the end to show God, or the source, that you lean not on your own understanding, and you be still and know that I am the I am, and there is a reason greater than us, and there is a plan that's perfect for everyone. And your soul has a purpose, and you were with the Creator when you made this plan, so it's a perfect one, and your soul knows how much your body can handle and what it cannot, and the strongest soldiers do not get weak battles. So the stronger you are, the less you're asked if you're okay, the more weight people place upon you, and the strongest ones do break. But in the end, it's all about healing process, and the forgiveness, and the forgive, and the unconditional love, and going down into that hell and coming back out like a phoenix rising. And no matter how long it took you, it's not about who goes down in and comes back out the fastest. You can have the same scenario. My mom physically lost my father. He had all of us kids. I lost mine in a different way. They're still alive. And my ex, but I would have swore they were all dead. And the pain took 8 years. 8 years to get to where I am slowly coming out of it, the last 3, and 15 years total. And I just thought you just thought I went through so much, and my mom got over it faster, with my father actually passing on, and she handled it differently. Each person handles, they have their own perception on pain, So think twice before you criticize somebody on their healing process, or a homeless person, or a crazy person, or a person who's lacking something, or a person who seems completely insane. I stared at a wall too. Like, my sister did there for a minute. I stared at a wall for 9 hours. And you don't even realize you're doing it. I literally was so paranoid. I thought my ex was across the street in somebody's house. I swore I saw him. I wanted to find him so bad. I just could not believe my life was shattered. My world was shattered. I had nightmares about my children. They haunted me for so long. So long. They still do. I try to find, it's crazy. I don't know. I just know that if anybody's going through the dark night of the soul, it's meant for a reason. So if your children are gone by your own doing or by not, it's either meant for them to learn a lesson or for you to learn a lesson. It's all pre-planned and predestined before we get here. So everything, all good, all evil, Can't learn a lesson without it. And so just remember when you're trying to beat yourself up, instead of forgiving yourself for something you may have caused a pain on, because hurting people hurt people, and when you're mentally ill, you can't fix yourself, and you cannot find help within the person who hurt you. So I mean, I would just take it easy on yourself. Stop beating yourself up. There has to come a time where if you don't forgive yourself, then you can never move on. So my advice is, whether a person is calling you a worthless piece of shit every day for something that you've created, because what's worse, the perpetrator or the victim? Each one has to live with their own perception of pain that they either caused or had happen to them, fell victim to. You know, I mean, you're gonna I mean, you should always forgive yourself. Forgive. It's for you. It's for you. I don't care whether you murdered somebody or you didn't murder somebody, whether that person watched their person die. Everybody, it gotta start somewhere. If we don't start somewhere, then we never create a change in the world. So I mean, you can't keep beating somebody up for something they did 20 years ago and then go, I just want my mom back, or I just want my kid back, or I just want my son to stop being a drug addict, or you can't do that. You just can't. It has to stop somewhere. So, on and on. For those of you who are dealing with an addict and have been hurt by one, counselor for everybody else, or AA, you know, and all those other counselor, freaking, you know, suicide prevention, some more stuff. But this is my advice, my spiritual journey so far. So hope you got something out of that.